Hey there everybody, I'm Richard Eisenbeis for GameZone.com and welcome to Big in Japan. In the past couple months we've taken in-depth looks at the last story in Pandora's Tower, so now it's time to check out the final big name Wii RPG with Xenoblade. In the distant past, two giant gods battled amongst the oceans of the world, only to slay each other with their final blows. Over the millennium to follow, life spread across their corpses, with humanity on one god and a race of robots on the other. The story of Xenoblade takes place 1 year after the last invasion of the robotic forces and on the eve of a new one. It follows Shulk, the new wielder of Monodo, the only weapon capable of protecting his colony from the robot menace. Yet Shulk finds Monodo grants him a power no other wielder has had before: premonitions of the future. Whenever one of his companions is in deadly danger, Shulk receives a vision of their demise and time enough to prevent it. Sadly though, as Shulk learns, just because he has knowledge of the future doesn't always mean he is in the correct position to change it. Amazingly, these premonitions are not just a story mechanic. In battle, they give off warning of fatal enemy attacks, along with showing the incoming damage and remaining time till the attack. But I'm getting ahead of myself. While the game has been likened to Final Fantasy XII, Xenoblade plays far more like World of Warcraft than any console RPG. Between the plot missions, you gain quests in towns, head out into a nearby area, and kill the specified monsters for their drops. When you enter battle, your characters begin auto-attacking while a skill menu appears at the bottom of the screen. Each of the skills and spells have their own individual cooldown timers, but just like in WoW, using your skills too often can result in the enemy shifting their attention away from your heavily armored ally to you. The characters themselves fit into the standard MMORPG roles of tanks, healers, ranged damage, and melee damage. But the biggest downside of this is that with only 3 characters on the field at a time, you'll find there's really only one combination worth using. Namely, a tank to take damage, Shulk with Monodo to deal it, and a healer to keep everyone alive. It is truly a shame, as the other characters are not only unique, but fun to play. The AI is a total mixed bag as well. While there's great crowd control and single target tanking, when trying to battle multiple enemies, it has no problems letting the healer be killed. Unless you change the target manually and order it to attack, which in and of itself is easier said than done. It also has no concept of threat management, and will spam skills as soon as they are ready. The graphics, while not up to the quality of the last story or Pandora's Tower, aren't bad for the Wii, and all the cutscenes are fully voiced. Which is a good thing, because there are a lot of them. And they are long, easily averaging 15 to 30 minutes apiece. And because the dungeons often take 2 to 4 hours, this in turn causes a huge pacing problem. You are either in dungeons for long stretches of time, or doing nothing for long stretches of time. Both get more than a bit tiresome and monotonous. All in all, Xenoblade is a mixed bag. On the positive, it has a great story, interesting world, and a battle system which Western players will be familiar with. On the negative, it's poorly paced and lacks the controlled precision needed to fully utilize the battle system. And it's so talky, it makes the dialogue of the Mass Effect games seem concise and to the point. Lastly, I think it's important to note, an 80-hour video game is 80 hours long. Though, for some, I expect that to be a plus, and others, a minus. And while I can't honestly say I enjoyed my time with Xenoblade, I have no doubt that many of you will find it to be the RPG you've been waiting for. But, as for me, I think I'll just go back to playing the last story. Anyway, I'm Richard Eisenbeis for GameZone.com. Peace out.
先だってのそなたたちの監禁拘束の件許されよ。何より異民族の身でありながら王国皇太子、いやメディアエンシェントへの助力、子を持つ一人の父として礼を述べたい。大事であったな。いえ、大事な儀式であった。
I can play the game now?
申し訳なく思います。No. 過方者だな、あれは。そなたのような潔い若者に出会えたこと。それもまた